The suspended Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Onnoghen, may have resigned his position. Justice Onnoghen reportedly sent his resignation letter to the president on Thursday, barely 24 hours after the National Judicial Council concluded investigation on various allegations of misconduct leveled against him. However, there has been no official statement from the presidency yet on the matter. The embattled again is standing trial at the Code of Conduct Tribunal on the 6th count of alleged failure to declare his assets to the Code of Conduct Bureau. He has, however, denied the allegations. The NJC on Wednesday had conveyed the decision on Justice Onnoghen and the acting CGN Justice Sanko Muhammad after the 5-man committee constituted to investigate the allegations against them submitted their report and findings. The NJC, however, did not disclose its recommendations regarding both justices, but it is believed that the council may have recommended the resignation of Justice Onnoghen. According to the statement from NJC, Director of Information, Mr. Sochioye, the council had resolved that by the nature of the decision reached, it will be inappropriate to publicize it before conveying it to the president. We shall be discussing that and the implications of the outcome on what it portends for the nation's judicial arm of government. We will be getting clarity from the president, though. Let us tell you that, that the president, Muhammadu Buhari, is in Amman, in Jordan, to participate in the World Economic Forum on the Middle East and North Africa. On the invitation of King Abdullah bin Al Hussein of Jordan, President Buhari is expected to deliver an address at the opening of the plenary alongside King Abdullah and United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. He is also expected to join world economic leaders in an informal gathering at the King Hussein bin Talal Convention Center and hold bilateral meetings with some world leaders on the sidelines of the forum. Some of the images you see there on your screen are pictures taken earlier of the president meeting with some of the team from Nigeria in preparations for his engagement. Let's get to hear from the president's special advisor on media and publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, who joins us via Skype from Jordan. Thank you so much, Mr. Adesina, for coming this evening to join us. I don't know what time it is in Jordan there, but let's first and foremost get some clarity from you, especially what is happening back home since you left. I know you are in touch with your team back in Nigeria. Is the president aware that Justice Onnoghen has turned in his resignation letter as a Chief Justice of Nigeria?
Well, thank you, Sheung, and good evening, Nigerians. You wondered what time it was here. Jordan is just 2 hours ahead of Nigeria, so it's just after 9 p.m. here. Now to your specific question. Is the president aware? I can't say yet, because I read the developments online, just as most other people would have read it. And you also will recall that there has been no confirmation, maybe from the NJC or other relevant bodies, to confirm the resignation. But I also read a report by Justice Onnoghen's lawyer confirming that he turned in his resignation. But I don't have briefing on this yet from Mr. President. Yes, we have met earlier today, but it didn't come up as a topic of discussion.
But it was the president, or as the president, received the recommendations and the report from the NJC before he left for Jordan?
Yes, we left yesterday afternoon. As of yesterday, the newspapers had it that the recommendations had been sent, which means it was sent in on Wednesday, most likely. The Attorney General of the Federation will be able to give you a confirmation.
Okay. So what did it, because the letter was said to have been transmitted to the office of the president, the Attorney General, is it going to be privy to that? I mean, I think we should be asking you instead.
No, it's a judicial matter, and everything. The Attorney General is the #1 legal officer of the country. He will be privy to it.
Okay, so are you able to tell us any development in regard to, did you discuss this? Did the president give you any briefing on that? Did the president tell you whether or not there is an expectation from the Justice Onnoghen? What can you tell Nigerians, especially with all of this that has broken over the last 48 hours or so?
No, I've not been briefed on this. Like I told you, I met with the president earlier today, but it was to discuss his presentation at the World Economic Forum here tomorrow. We didn't talk about either the resignation or not of the CGN.
Okay, let's get to the business of the president in Jordan. The president is expected to discuss some issues relating to the economy of Nigeria. And part of what the president has promised Nigerians in the last campaign is how he wants to refocus his energy in delivering on some of the promises of this government. What are those areas that will interest Nigerians or benefit Nigerians from the discussions the president will be having at the World Economic Forum?
Thank you. I think the first thing is that Nigerians should be quite proud and appreciative of the fact that their president is being called to present a keynote address at the World Economic Forum for Middle East and North Africa. We know that that is outside our region. But the fact that our president was invited to present that address shows that the rest of the world appreciates what's happening in Nigeria. They appreciate the fact that the economy, which was battered and badly vandalized in 2015, is now looking up. Just day before yesterday, the International Monetary Fund also gave an endorsement for the direction in which the Nigerian economy is now moving. So it's a great development that the Nigerian president is presenting that kind of address at such forum. He's going to share the Nigerian experience and how we've been able to get to where we are economically and where we are headed. Definitely, things are looking up for the Nigerian economy, and Nigerians can expect better days.
Maybe the news of some of the new figures about Nigeria's borrowing and how much it has come to, the latest figures which came out. Is the president aware of that news? And is he going to be talking about getting money for investment in Nigeria or drawing attention of investors? Is the president aware now that the rate of borrowing, which the latest figures are not quite impressive?
No, that may be your opinion, but one thing that is established about Nigeria's borrowings is that the country also has the capacity to service those loans. There's no country in the world that does not borrow. What is important is ability and capacity to service the loans you have taken. That's why we have the Debt Management Office, to ensure that Nigeria does not borrow out of turn, to blow the whistle if the country was exceeding its borrowing limit. And we are not exceeding. And this is not a government that borrows to steal, that borrows to misappropriate. It's a government that borrows to spend, particularly on infrastructure. So it's borrowing that will yield returns for the country. There's absolutely nothing to worry about.
Mr. Adesina, what can you say in specific that the president will be telling those world leaders, especially those of whose interests are in North Africa and the Middle East, about investment in Nigeria? Is there any important aspect of the speech that he has spoken to you about or briefed the team about that he's going to be delivering to the world regarding Nigeria?
Yes, definitely, because I'm privy to this speech. I know that he's going to talk about strides Nigeria has made, particularly in agriculture, also in security. The speech is essentially about strides that Nigeria has been able to make between 2015, when it got into office, and now, and how, of course, it has affected the Nigerian economy. That's the thrust of the speech.